Hi, it's Loretta coming to you with another YouTube video. I put up a video the other day and I showed this mini album. A little simple but cute little mini. And I got several requests. Well, actually, not several. I got a couple of requests to do this little mini album. I want to say, first of all, that I am not the one that thought up this idea. I actually saw this idea on a website, and I'm going to try to look and see if I can find that website, and if I can, I'll put it up and you can check that out. But to me, it's a whole lot easier to try to learn it on a video, which is why I'm making this. At any rate, you just untie this ribbon, and then it folds open from there. Opens here and there, and then it has another opening here, and then it has another opening here. And this part was not on the original video. I just added this myself, but it pulls out for photos and or journaling. And then these two flaps right here open. And then these two flaps right here open. And then the whole thing just closes right up. I'm going to be making these as Christmas gifts, and that's the reason why I wanted to go ahead and get this video out, so that way those of you who have a couple of days off or have a long weekend, you can get started making some of these. Anyway, I will go ahead and put all of the materials that you're going to need to make this mini album in the description of this video. So you won't have to write everything down. Well, you'll have to write it down, but at least it'll be there for you. So what you're going to need is you're going to need 4 pieces of 12 by 12 cardstock. 2 in one color and 2 in a coordinating color. I'm doing mine in a Christmas theme. And the pattern paper that I'm using has green and blue in it. So I'm going to make the base green and the accent color blue. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your green cardstock, or whatever color cardstock. In the interest of time, I've already gone ahead and cut this out. What you're going to do is you're going to take the 2 pieces of cardstock and you're going to cut one at a 6" by 12". And then you're going to cut 3 at a 5 3/4 by 12". Then you're going to take your coordinating color and you're going to cut 1 into 4 5.5" square pieces. And then you're going to cut the other a 5" by 12" strip. And that's all you're going to need out of that. So use the other piece of paper to make cards or what have you. Then what you're going to do is you're going to get your scoreboard and you're going to score each one of the 5 3/4 by 12". You're going to score those at 3 and at 9. And I just like to use my stylus a little bit better in this scoreboard. So at 3 and at 9, and in the interest of time, I've already gone ahead and scored these other 2. Can't seem to find my bone folder, so I've just got a handy dandy popsicle stick that works just fine. So I'm just going to go ahead and pop creases in that. Okay. In that 6 by 12 piece, you're going to score that at 2 3/4. And 3, and then you're going to come down here and score it at 9 and 9 1/4, and then this blue piece that we cut at 5 by 12, we're going to go ahead and score that at 5 and at 8 1/2. Alright, now what we're going to do is We're going to take 2 of these that we scored at 3 and at 9. We're going to take this small flap and we're going to put glue. Go ahead and adhesive that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this other small flap and we're going to line these up. I'm going to make sure that they're lined up. Once we have them lined up, we're just going to press it down. We're going to take the next one, next little small flap, and we're just going to and if you get any extra little adhesive, you can just fold it over onto it. And then you're going to take that and you're going to take that and line it up just like we did just did the last one there. And we're just going to line that up. Okay, so there we have our flaps. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one that we scored at 2 3/4 and 3 and at 9 and 9 1/4, and I'm going to go ahead and pop those creases into those and then do the other side. Okay, and there we go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to fold all this up. Fold the flap in, fold the flap in, fold it over, fold it over again, flip it, and now we're going to glue it. So we're just going to run glue. I'm going to glue it pretty good because I really want it to stay. There again, I've got a little bit of extra poking over the edges, so I'm just going to... Alright, and then we're just going to take and I'm going to glue that right in between my creases, my fold marks, right in the center of that book. Alright, and there you have the basic book. Now we just need to make the cover, so I'm going to take one of the little squares I made. And I'm only going to put glue on about that much of it. So I'm going to flip it over and I'm just going to glue. And I'm just going to take and put this on this small flap. Just like so. And then I'm going to take another piece of the blue cardstock and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to glue a small amount. And then I'm going to flip it over to the other side. And I'm just going to line this up with the blue piece that I just put down. Like so, and then lay it down on my green and let it glue. And there, folks, is your basic book. You're going to cover this with pattern paper, but there it is. It opens. It opens. And then it has this side that opens up. And then it has this side that opens up. And the only thing that we're missing now is this little flap. And what we're going to do here is we're going to take our piece of paper that we cut down to 5 and we scored it at 5 and then again at 8.5, and we're just going to fold and crease, fold and crease, and then we're going to glue, 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 and glue. go. And then we're just going to bring this over and we're just going to put this right in the center of our little book. I'm just going to try to make sure I'm all lined up here. There we go. And then that's going to pull out. So we have that, and then we have this that pulls open, this over here that opens, and then we just fold that over, and then we just fold this over, and then we just fold this over, and then we just fold that over. Now the only thing that would be left to do once we get it all of our pattern paper on here is the ribbon. And you really have a choice. If you wanted to, you could have left this front cover off and done it last and then glued the back cover on to have it tie to the side. I prefer to have it tie over the top. I just think it looks pretty. So the way that I do it is I just take my length of ribbon. Once I'm all finished, take my length of ribbon and I get some Fabri-Tac and I glue that down, or whatever kind of adhesive you want. Glue that down. And then I would take a piece of my 5.5 by 5.5 and glue that down. And then flip it over. And then take and tie my bow. And get that tied up. And then I would trim off whatever excess I wanted to. And there you have it. There again, I'm going to go ahead and I will be putting all of the dimensions for this little book down in the description so that you'll have it. You won't have to look for it. And if you have any questions at all, please feel free to email me. I hope you enjoyed my video. Or you can leave a comment either way. And I thank you for watching. Bye now.